You're just doing that to get evening. Alright. Alright, let's do that. Boom, boom, bing, bong. Opening up the tube. Copy, paste. YouTube here. Copy channel. It's time to go live. And generate. Hashtag. All right, got that going. YouTube is live. And done. And that's it. Good day, sir. Marco 2026. Thank you so much for tuning in. Any thoughts of BNI ran up 60% Friday? Could be interesting for Monday. BNAI. Sure, let's take a look at that. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna open up a whole new window. I'm gonna open that. All right, hold on. I gotta get my got that one. All right, I got my little soundboard ready to go. Cause we were just vibing. All right. Can I have a split screen here? All right, hold on. Let me just see if I can get a split screen here. Let me see if I can get a split screen here. 1 second. I'm trying to figure this shit out. Wait, how did I put split? Sounds great for your information. Yeah, buddy. I got you. Hold on. Let me just understand what the hell I'm doing here because I want to have a split screen here so I don't miss anything. Maybe if I connect to the space here, it won't even let me. Oh, that's cool. Great. All right. So you said BNAI. Let's take a look at BNAI. This one? BNAI. What? BNAI. It ran 62%. Is this the one? Is this the one? Well, I'll tell you right now, on the 3-day, first off, on the weekly, that, my friend, is a bullish kicker. That's a fucking bullish kicker with a Marabuza opening. Bullish belt hold can't. Like, this is the most bullish shit I've seen in a long time. Like, in terms of a continuation potential candle. This is literally a all right. Let me explain something to you. Are you even listening? Oh, let me double check if this guy is either just here. What's good, bro? What's going on, housing? What's going on, guys? All right. You have this candle. This was against the trend. And all of a sudden let me double check what I'm seeing here. Oh, okay. All right. So on the weekly, okay, now it makes sense. On the weekly, you had absolute disaster. But then you have this candle. Oh, this is a weekly candle. This is a 1 week candle. Bullish kicker, Marabuza opening against the prevailing trend, bullish belt hold candle structure. This is the most bullish shit I've seen on the weekly in a long time. Okay? Very, Very positive. Now, let's go ahead and turn into 3-day. Again, Marabou's opening, clean as day, above the 50, closing above the 50. Okay? You didn't even get you got a reaction, but price held through or above the 50. So if you're going to go ahead and take your bets, well, you're in the consolidation phase, most likely a key resistance area. Let me see the daily. One second, hold on. You're above the 50, the 100, and the 200. The fact that you're also above VWAP and you held this candle structure, plus against the prevailing trend, you actually found the bottom and then you kept going up for days on end. You're hitting a key resistance area, but this candle is telling you something. Look at the RSI. Look at the positive DI. Look at the RSI. It's all above the mean. So if I had to take a bet, well, from a risk reward, you're at resistance. Look at this candle. What does that tell you? What does that tell you? You're already seeing the signs of a potential what? What do you see here? I want chat to answer because I'm going to teach y'all a little T here. Potentially what? You just had a 62% day and look at the stars printing at that impulse. What does that tell you? It tells you potential reversal, correct. 62% day, upward channel, crazy momentum, and now you're seeing the signs of what? A psychology shift. So from a risk reward, are you really going to put money into this after a massive rally? Can I mind you, not only a rally, okay? A rally in such a short time frame, you made 262% potentially, right? If you got and timed the bottom, which most people never do, very rare. But if you did, that's 260%. But now you're seeing a bunch of what? Doji starts with a lower high. So the price tells you, or at least in this price action, hey, it's time for a pullback. RSI is deep in the bull zone, oscillating, and also look at your positive DI. But the trend is still what? Up. Is the trend dead? No. The trend is only telling you, hey, we're going for a pullback. It's time to exhaust. The gas is coming. We're running out of gas. It's time for a pullback. And rightfully so. So in terms of the strength of this trend, well, you know what the patterns are for continuation runs? Well, look at this candle structure. What is it? What does this look like? I'm going to spit a little tea here. What does that look like? Anybody know? There you go. Float, tiny, very good. You understand. But that's what I'm talking about. Chat, you're lit. I see Marco knows what the fuck he's talking about. But we know it broke out of a bull flag. Made another high. Do you want to know the extension, at least the measurement rule off this bull flag? We just take the overall average and you just put the extension of that measurement rule off that pole and look at the potential top off a pullback measurement rule. All right? This still has a lot of legs. For whatever reason, this thing is running. But I can't make that decision for you. What I do know is that you're seeing dojis at the impulse, but you're not seeing bearish engulfing-ish. So this move might be very light to the downside. Potentially come back to 382, 260, key resistance. Back test the breakout Fibonacci at the 382, 260. And you decide what trend this will more than likely keep going towards, up or down. I will tell you this is due for a retracement. That's 100%. The daily still tells me, hey, this might actually just have a couple more legs before we hit another key area resistance. But short time frame, this is absolutely scalding. You're fucking scalding. Watch what happens when the RSI was deep in the bull zone above the 70. What happened? Price found a what? Retracement above the center line, continuation. Hit the rejection line, come back above the center line, continuation. Broke out of a bear flag, ascending wedge, whatever you want to call it, asymmetrical, and broke out, back test it. Now what? You got a scallop. A scallop, mini one. Do you guys know the measurement rule off of these scallops? No? Okay, I'll teach you. Same thing as a bull flag. Same fucking scenario. Okay, but now you're overextending more or less. It's going to be about this range. Whether or not you believe in the scallop measurement, we go with the initial pattern. This is that bull flag, or at least an asymmetrical triangle breakout, and thus we are going to get 606. If you look left, what's also at the 606 range, aligning with your VRBP volume average what? Point of control. Funny how things work, huh? So that's why I said this thing probably still has a lot more room to the upside until you hit another key area resistance. But I mind you, and I warn you, this is due for a minor pullback. But I like that measurement rule, and I like the confluence because that's 606. Why? Look left. Boom! Key rejection area. So, your risk reward, not here. Not financial advice. I wouldn't place bets here. I still wouldn't place bets here. I would place bets wherever there are RSIs above the center line with the positive DI staying above the 25. At least I know that it might be, just maybe, at that breakout Fibonacci key resistance area where we had to find what? The inflection point. 382. I would like it back at 382. Maybe the 236. We shall see. Actually, let me fix this a little bit better. At the 236, 256. That'd be kind of cool. So keep an eye out for this. BNI actually looks really good here. Very hard time to button. Great TA, we on the same page. That's right. That's right. Love it. Yup, killing this one, bro. Yeah, I'm gonna get a little bit more technical, talking certain ranges, zones, nodes. I talk a lot in generality, but I gotta get more. I guess I'm tired of talking in general. I guess I'm gonna start speaking to my TAers more directly. This is more or less the idea. But anyway, another ticker. What we got? SLS. Let's not get too crazy. So we're gonna pick good tickers. Make sure they're quality tickers. Okay. What the? Hold on. Whoa! What the fuck, bro? What is this? It's hot in here. Woo! It's hot. It's hot. Wow, fuck your triple tops. Fuck your bottoms. Fuck everything, cause why? Wow. Boom, bastic. Up, and away she goes, buddy. Wow. Okay, so what I love to see here is that this is a gap, okay? This is a gap. This can also be a potential abandoned baby. Abandoned babies are like doji stars at the impulse. The significant difference is that this is a star, okay, and you definitely have a gap. And the fact that you have a gap, you're more prone to what? A potential pullback. Why? Because look at the RSI deep in the bull zone and look at the positive DI, which has been a key area of what? Scalding levels. And if you look left, what happens every time you're in this range? Well, price is going to pull back. But at the same time, that candle tells you everything you need to know what's going to happen next week. 100% a pullback is imminent. Look at these 3-day candles. Up, and away. Another one. What is this thing and why is it trading the way it is? Let me see. Health. Oh my God. Is this a bio? Salis is a clip. Oh my God. Is this a... I can't stand bios, man. But I will say the trend is very much intact. Okay? The trend is very much intact, bro. You cannot make this shit up. Okay? Alright, I'll give you that. The trend's intact. Okay? So, where do we go from here? Well, in this scenario, I'm going to be very honest with you. This thing is absolutely horrid of a chart. This thing is absolutely garbage. from a risk reward, I wouldn't touch this with a 10-foot pole. But if you really want to take this, dog shit ticker, Jesus Christ. Let me take a good look. You broke out of a key resistance. You have a gap and a star at the top. All right. I wouldn't even be surprised if this ends up being a two dark crows, where you have another potential candle to the bearish side opening bearish, but staying above the full body candle, or at least above the wick. And that would be considered two dark crow, because gaps are a sign, but also a bearish candle at the top, especially a star, is also a tell. Okay, so that means reversal is imminent. All right, two dark crows, what's it called? Two dark crows, or two dark gap crows. Man, it's been a while since I've seen these. So I'm gonna definitely keep an eye on this, but this will give you the confirmation on Monday what kind of candle you're gonna print here. So I suspect a pullback. Okay, watch this level 275. All right, watch that level 275, and that's on the monthly. Okay, watch the 275. If it bounces here, cool, whatever, do your thing. But I'm looking at the 5 and 10 and 20. Typically, when you have these massive vertical movements, you want to see at least touch all the EMAs before another potential bounce. That's just the way I would trade this. That's just me, though. Just touch all the EMAs, wait for confirmation. All right, that's just me. Not financial advice. I can always be wrong. I'm just a guy who charts all day. All right, what other tickers we got? Doing up and then went down thing, then FLNC. If this is another fucking bio play, I'm gonna, okay, no, it's not. Okay, it's not. Okay, this is energy stock. Okay, I like that. Actually, I love this. Ooh. Oh, wow. So I noticed something here on this chart, and what's significant about this chart is that it is, hold up, let me tell you right now, that's a 3 and a 113. 113 are right there. Let me see if it actually hits that completion point. Yeah, so the 3.6 is invalid here. So I needed a 3.6. There's no 3.6. I would have liked it. Let me see if I can grab one more. If I overextend it, right? If I can get a nice extension, no, it still wouldn't be a 382. So I needed a 382 to get a nice W here. All right, so no 382s. No 382s. Okay, but you do see a scallop here. Look at this. That's a scallop. Okay, your confirmation breakout was exactly right there at the tippity top. Look at this. Okay, you're testing it right now, actually. So you are seeing bearish divergences here, which you did print here. You are seeing support here at the bounces on the EMAs. That's also good. You're above the 200 on the 3-day. Let me go on the daily. Okay, you're literally on your lifeline at that 50. You have to get really good confirmation above that scallop breakout formation, exactly at that 2207. What do I mean by that? Well, you got to start having candles above here. Otherwise, this was just a trendsetter of a play, and people are going to take profits. Be careful if you lose that 50, because your ass is going to get clapped. And if you lose that 50, also the 1,000, well, what's the area of support next? Well, that 100 aligning pretty good here. Okay, aligning pretty good there. That 100 looks pretty fucking solid. All right, but I do like the trend here. It looks like a nice little bump up here. So it's got to hold this breakout at the 2207, break above that. If you notice, again, look to your left. What does this 22 area tell you? Let's take a look. 2207, rejection. 2207, rejection. 2207, breakout back test failed above the 50. Hold it above the 2207. Breakout, come back, retest, maybe, bingo, bango. If you really want me to show you the measurement rule off of the scallop breakout, I don't want to give you fucking hope, because scallops, or at least measurement rules, give you a perspective. It's not biblical, so you don't trade off fucking measurement rules, okay? But there is a price target at 75 off of these freaking scallops. Measurement rule: do not fucking assume you're gonna get there, okay? Do not assume you're gonna get there. Measurement rules give you a perspective on what price action may or may not get to. But I do like that 2207. It's just got to hold that line, because again, it's been a key area of resistance. If you don't hold that line, guess what? You're gonna have, watch this, you're gonna have a one, you're gonna get a 1 top, 2 top, 3 top, what floor? Woo-woo. Bingo, Bango, you're going to get fucking ass clapped. You don't want that. Sidhu has been a beast. SIDU. Let's take a look at SIDU. SIDU real quick. SID. Whoa! Whoa! Oh yeah. This shit is popping. Hoo-wee! Wow. Rocket ship. Alright, what is up with Sidhu? I need chat. I need you guys to keep me up to date. What's going on with Sidhu, guys? Chat. Let's get lit. Come on. Talk to me here. What is this ticker? What is this ticker? Why is there gaps? Why is it up only? And why does it continue? Look at the RSI. Look at the fucking positive DI still above the 25 and the ADX coiling above the 45. This just tells me it wants to continue what? To keep what? Fucking. Okay? It wants up. I do see I do see a fat W though. There's a fat fucking W and you better be scared. Okay? I don't like that ratio at the 8. Maybe if we bring it down to the 1 or the 3618. Can I get a 3618? No. No clean ratio here. So that pattern, that harmonic is done for. Let me see if I can catch another one on the 3-day real quick. Hold up. Ooh, okay. Arguably it's a bump and run. Guys. Check this out. 32 degrees. Hold up. I need to take the measurement rule. Let's get the measurement rule. 32 degrees is what I'm looking for. 32 degrees. Hold up. 32. 34! All right, here's the measurement rule. All for this bump and run. Hold up. Take that measurement from the angle to the tippity bottom, and then you just put it to the top. And that's your measurement rule. Exactly right at the $2.86. Obviously, it went parabolic for whatever fucking reason. Kept going, hit that Fit 200 SMA, at least in the 3-day. Let me check the daily. All right, this thing is overextended. Do not touch this. Do not financial advice. You do what you want to fucking do, but I would never touch these highs. Okay, I would never touch these highs. Take your Fibonacci retracement levels. You take it from the left to the right. That is it's hitting that 786. Hopefully it comes back down to the golden pocket. If not, you're gonna have a disastrous day. This thing's overextended. I don't even know if it's coming off of news, earnings, whatever have you. This might be a fucking meme run for all I know. I would never trade this at these highs. Now you did kind of have a gap though. That's a gap. All right, are you having an advanced block formation? Not yet. That candle right here, in terms of the daily, is not an advanced block. You did have a tail-tit top here, and look what happened. You gapped up. So tomorrow, going into Monday, I believe we're going to be bearish. I wouldn't be surprised if we start printing below the opening high of this bullish candle. Be very careful up here. I would not touch this at all. All right, chat. They got good news as well. Is it really? You absolutely the best in YouTube, funny and smart. Where's the magnet? Where's the magnet? Hey, someone's been paying attention. There's a magnet. There's a fucking magnet. But in this case, I'm going to throw the magnet to the downside. I'm not a fan up here. Because I'm going to be honest with you. It's too crazy up here. It's too crazy. And I'm going to put the magnet a little bit. I'm going to put it I'm going to put it smaller. Because if I do it too much, it's going to work too good. And we don't want that. All right. I'm going to put it nice and small. Get it back nice and cheap. Maybe back at the golden pocket. We'll figure it out. But as time goes, I am leaning very bearish in the market. Now, I do want to see a scallop. A nice little scallop formation. Typically, scallops out off of these crazy movements. I'm going to be honest with you. A 32% retracement would be real. It actually would be on the table after these massive swings. What kind of news did this come up with? I do see bearish divergences at that. Guys, actually, I'm seeing it right now because I'm just talking. I'm seeing Class A bearish divergence. You mother effers. If you don't know what that means, take your little line drawing fucking tool. You take the RSI. Actually, this is Class B right now. Equal highs, but price action making higher highs. But look at the RSI. Equal highs. That's a Class B. That tells me that this pushback, or at least the reversal, is going to be what? Weak. It's not going to be heavy. Heavy is when you have RSI making price action making higher highs, but the RSI is making what? lower highs. Did you guys know that? No, that's because you're not in the Discord. So pay fucking attention. Pay fucking attention. Hey, hey. All right, so Sidhu got news, right? Sidhu got news? Okay. All right, Sidhu got news. I got a pink bridge to sell you. Hey, look, whatever the news is, that gap and that candle tells me otherwise. This shit wants up. This fucking thing wants up. Now, the good thing about this is that I'm not seeing any crazy bearish candle yet. Going into tomorrow, that'll be my confirmation. And depending on the candle opening, keyword, candle opening, we're going to see how far down this will retrace. It's going to retrace, I promise you that. If you're going to buy up here, I will call you stupid. I'll call you a gambler. I'll call you a degenerate. There's nothing wrong with that, but I will say this from a risk reward. It's too damn high. Too damn high. All right. So what other tickers we got on the works? I like the vibes here. I like the vibes. All right, let's see. Excuse me. We have investor excitement around space stocks has been building rapidly. President Trump renews his push for United States leadership in space, pledges to return to the moon before the end of the decade. Wait a minute. Time out. Oh, it's a space technology. Oh, well. Looks like we gonna have to change our fucking narrative, okay? Looks like we're gonna have to change our narrative, all right? Well, Sidhu's got to be an eyeful. Sidhu's got to be an eyeful here. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to keep this ticker on my watch list. This is absolutely a risky ass play, but I haven't traded I haven't done intraday in a long time. I'm more of a swinger now. I'm more of a swinger. Chat. Oh, God, I'm going to get demonetized here. Fucking A. Delete the magnet. I'm going to delete the magnet. Fine, I deleted the magnet. All right, since this might be a play, I'm going to wait and watch a retrace. I haven't touched FOMO stock. I don't touch FOMO stocks. I don't like it. I don't do it. I'm too old for that shit. I'm done with FOMOing. So, chat, we'll keep an eye on Sidhu or Hindu or whatever. But maybe this might be a good play down the road, you know? Buy rumor, sell in the news seems just like the weed stocks few weeks ago. Oh, speaking of weed stocks, look at this ticker, guys. I couldn't have made this ticker any easier to draw, all right? Now, obviously, do your own due diligence. Do your own homework. Do your own financial, thesis. But does anybody see something on the chart here? Does anybody see this chart? Can anybody tell me if I'm crazy? Drawing the resistance and the support lines in here. Can anybody tell me if I'm absolute fucking crazy? Tell me if this makes sense to you. Put a like, friend, deserve it. That's right. Give me a like, guys. At least it's free. I don't charge anything. All right? I do not charge anything. At least not yet. In the near fucking future, I guarantee you I will charge. Take advantage of my freedom. Freedom, freedom, freedom. I gotta put food on the table down the road eventually. But anyway, does anybody disagree with this resistance and support? Can anybody agree or disagree with the resistance support? I want to hear the chat. Chat, what do you guys think? Tobacco. Wait a minute. That's okay. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That I didn't think about that. It does look like I'm the back of that. I don't know why I'm laughing too hard. I don't know why this fucking reminds me of my childhood. Oh, Tamara. Wow. You really just gave me nostalgia. Wow. Interesting. We like you in here. We like you here in You So Funny. We like you here in Israel. You are the best. Tamara Tan. I appreciate that. That's awesome. Let's continue. Yeah, so ACB looks like it's going to do something beautiful, hopefully going into tomorrow or this week. We find support, and if you look left, it likes to bounce off this green box. Obviously, protect yourself because this thing, again, is a marijuana play, and marijuana, you know, even though we have changed the schedule, when we signed the contract or the we changed the scheduling, as we had a little bit of a dip, guys. So it was definitely one of those buy, what is it, sell the news, buy the fear, whatever the hell you call them. So yeah, be careful. Velo got government contest looking for it to blow. Fisiel Energy Stocks, ESOS. Man came out with a mission. Velo. Let's see what happens here. Whoa! 20%? Wait a minute. Oh, I remember this ticker. I remember. This is the crispy one. All right. I'm going to be very honest with you. This has a lot more legs to go, and it's kind of scary because I wouldn't buy at these highs. But at the same time, when you have these kind of news catalysts that are just potential endless, at least the market seems this as a very strong moat to the upside continuation. You are printing bearish divergences continuously on this chart. But mind you, bearish divergences, they look like you have double tops, and double tops, right? And then they create some sort of divergences, right, at these peak tops. And if you take a look at Palantir, Palantir is a great example. When Palantir was absolutely going parabolic, I want you guys to understand, I use Palantir as a nice reminder. When trend is up only, guys, I want you guys to look at the RSI, right? This is more of a muscle memory practice. Look at the RSI and look how many bearish divergences we're printing. Up, price action making higher highs, but the RSI is making what? Lower highs. That is a class A bearish div. Again, price action found the bottom. Then it created another divergences, making new higher highs and higher lows. You again created what? Another bearish divergence, class A. Again, price kept going up and up and up, but eventually higher highs. You created what? Higher lows in the RSI. You did what again? You did class A bearish divergence. So when I see Velo, I'm understanding what? That it might what? Come back down, but it might make what? New higher highs and higher lows because something happened. Obviously news. But when I'm being fearful trading Velo, or at least I'm saying, hey, maybe we're just overextended here. This thing actually might just pull back hard. Well, you know, do you see the candle here? All right. Do you see this candle here? All right. Do you see that candle? Do you see this candle? Do you see what was in a range and then eventually broke out? Okay. This candle. Let me remind you guys something. Okay. Let me remind you guys something. Hold on. Let me give you the psychology of what I saw here. Okay. Do you notice anything in this structure? Let me go ahead and put it in a box. What was price doing from a psychological level, from a visual candle structure formations perspective? Can anybody give me an idea what this structure was called? Anybody? It's on the daily. Let's go ahead and let's have a little bit of a lesson here. Does anybody know what that box is called when you have price action doing what? Okay. Anybody? What was price action doing? Accumulation. Bingo, bingo, bingo. Yep. Somebody's out here to fight because she's hungry, bro, or he's hungry, or they hungry. You guys are right. Okay, that is accumulation. The worst, I mean, look, having accumulation at these highs are very risky. These are called rectangle tops, and if you look closer on the hourly, okay, one of the key indicators of accumulation is that you find price action hitting a top. Now the area of resistance made a new higher high. Price then found a new higher low. But what did price do? That's right, price found a bottom. If we take the structure and just technically post it a little bit more up, in theory, price action fell below the what? The box, the rectangle top. So technically, we found support here exactly at 1337. You made a high again, rejecting the top end of the box. Then you made a double bottom. But then look at the price action, lower highs and lower lows. But no, 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 no. No, 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 no. Look what happened on that candle structure. What is this candle? Where are my candle boys and girls? Where's my candle boys and girls? What is this candle here? Anybody know what candle that is? Ladies and gentlemen, this is called Technical Analysis 101. Does anybody know what candle that is? I'm going to give you a hint. It begins with a B and a B. A double B. Double B. Anybody know what candle that is? I'm giving you the hint. I'm giving you the hint. A B and a B. It's okay if you get it wrong, but at least this is muscle memory. This is practice. This is how you stay long in the game, because you are always constantly looking at things that are going to potentially make you what? Money. And understanding the market dynamics, especially candle structure formations and theories. This is how you stay long in the game. Not because of your feelings. Not because of how you think things are going to go. This is how you stay long in the game, by studying, reviewing, practicing, staying vigilant, being consistent. The world does not have to give you anything. You have to go chase what you want in life. That candle is called a bullish belt hold. It's called a bullish belt hold candle. Okay? And a bullish belt hold against the prevailing trend is a sign of what? Bulls heavily stepping in. They found value at the 1236, and they immediately bought this ticker up right at the opening bell. And ever since you bought from that low, which not everybody's going to time perfectly, all right? And once you got out of this lower high trend and lower lows, look at that candle. And look at the confirmation continuation run to the upside. Bingo, bango, upside, and then it's gone. This is called a bullish belt hold candle on the 1 hour. Against the prevailing trend, Marabuza opening, nice little wickety top, and then the continuation to the upside. Once you saw the rejection again on these highs, look left. But then price one more time came back on that yellow box, created somewhat of a hammer, and that was your confirmation. Hey, what are the rules in trading in terms of touches? Does anybody know what is the rule in trading in terms of how many touches do we need for a what? Confirmation. Anybody know that magic number, the sweet spot? Anybody know that sweet spot? What's the sweet spot in terms of confirmation before you take a trade? In theory, what is the rule in trading, in the trading world? How many touches do we need what for confirmation? No, housing, you got it. Nope, not 2 or 3. You're getting hot though. You're getting hot. Not 2 or 3. Nope, not 2 or 3. Okay, that magic number is 5. 5 touches. Once you hit a resistance, you found a bounce, 1. You hit a resistance, 2. You found the bounce again, 3. You failed to break to the top end, uh-oh. So this is where you have to be a little bit more dynamic, because in theory you'd be shitting your pants seeing this breakout to the downside. But once price came back up, what happened here? Whoa, wait, 1, 2, 3, 4. Uh-oh, 5. Uh-oh. No way, Sammy. No way. How many touches is that? Almost. Exactly 5. Almost 5. Maybe 6. But more than 5 is what? Wow. You know why, folks? Because us traders, we did our homework. That's 5 touches, more than 5. And look at that. Whoa, wait a minute. Oh, bears are scared now. Bears would probably bears covered once we broke that 50%. Bears were covering 100%. They were covering, and it was just lift off from there. Lift fucking off. So 5 touches or more is confirmation. Yes, 5. Yeah, you damn right. It better be 5. It has to be 5. Not that it has to be 5, but it gives you confidence. 5 is the sweet number, okay? Is the sweet number. You don't take 2, you don't take 3. You wait for multiple. You wait for multiple confluences. You don't take a trade because of what? A breakout, right? And this is another clean case of an example of a breakout on the top end of a trend. Okay, just because we had a breakout, well, volumes just step in. Maybe you had scalpers that are coming in here. But guess what? Scalpers are taking a sweet. They're going to take their profits. Look at that doji, long-legged doji, or it's technically called a gravestone doji at the impulse. That means price wants to come what? It wants to back test that breakout, and then up, and hopefully it comes back test the breakout, and hopefully up. If not, price will then come back down into this range. This is what you call a bust out. All right. A bust out. When you break out of a trend, you come and retest the breakout, and you fail to bounce off the breakout. This is called a bust out. You're back inside the trend. It could be an asymmetrical triangle. It could be an ascending triangle. It could be a descending triangle. It could be a box. It could be whatever. It could be a fucking dildo. Like, I don't know. Find your happy candles and your happy formation structures. Doesn't really matter. Thousands of traders cross their P's and Q's 1 million ways. Okay, find your breakout. Find your tolerance. But always remember, wait for confirmation, retest the breakout, and then hopefully lift off. All right? If you didn't buy here, I certainly would never buy here. I would wait for confirmation, and then hopefully you do what you think is best. Because the risk reward is, in this case, this is a huge upside trend. I don't trade these kind of trades. I like to buy at the absolute bottoms. All right? I try to buy at the absolute bottoms. This is why I like harmonic frameworks. I recommend people learn how to use harmonics. Anyway, what are the tickers? I kind of went on a tangent there. It's going to do a huge pullback, man. Absolutely. Tamarian, yes, you are absolutely right. It is going to do a nice little pullback. It is. It has to. I mean, look at the multiple bearish divergences that you are printing on this candle structure. On this chart, right? And if you notice the candle formation, what are you having a problem with? All right, what are you seeing? I love this because look at the more we dig into this ticker. I wasn't planning on sticking around with this ticker. But if you guys notice something, what do you guys see here? All right, what is price action failing to break out of, but what is it doing now? Anybody know what this pattern is called? Nice little muscle memory here. Nice little muscle practice. I'll take a look at ESO for a second. Does anybody know what that chart looks like? Give me the pattern and then I'll move on to the next ticker. Anybody know what that pattern is called? Anybody. Anybody. It could be anything. Any answer. Oh, BNAI. Forget. Oh. I see what you're saying. ANGH and Tesla. Ascending wedge. Marco. Bingo. Yes. Ascending wedge. Very nice. That is an ascending wedge. Good job, bro. Good shit. Anyway, all right. Let's take a look at some of these tickers everybody's just been touching on. BHAI. While BNI on 1 hour has 5 touches. BNAI. Okay, let's take a look. Everybody's talking about BNAI. Let's see here. Oh, the ascending, this is asymmetrical. So the asymmetrical, you're gonna have multiple touches here. Look at that beautiful high. Oh my God, I'm losing my voice. You talking about this? Oh, yeah, no. So no, this thing absolutely is a great. Yeah, look, okay, look. I see what you guys are talking about. Okay, this is where you have to have more time in the trading space, in the trading world, because you guys are looking at it from a rectangle top perspective, but look at the lower highs and look at the flat lows, right? Potentially flat lows. What is this technique? What pattern is that? What is that pattern? Not an ascending wedge. No. No. That's not an ascending wedge. That's not an ascending wedge. A motherfucking flag. He goes a motherfucking flag. He goes a motherfucking flag. Oh man. Well, yes, but I wouldn't want to. Yeah, it is a motherfucking flag, but the right flag, you want to be more technical, it's called a descending wedge. Okay, you're making lower highs, but you have flat lows. That's called a descending wedge. Yes, it does look like a flag. You're 100% correct. Okay, but I'm gonna be the devil's advocate here. When you have a massive breakout, in essence, I suspect a major pullback. Okay, now obviously this could be news, right? But if this is just normal flow, like just regular price action, I would hope to retest the breakout, right? That's just me. Everybody's different. And if you look at the RSI, just pay attention to the center line. If price action comes back to the RSI center line, let's say the 236, hit that 236, consolidate, hopefully bounce back up. If it fails that, well, the next area is the 382, 256. And again, look left. Rejection. Uh-oh, breakout. Boombastic to the upside. Up she goes, okay? The fat lady keeps on singing, okay? So, yeah, it looks good here. But be safe. I wouldn't trade this. Not at all. It's already too high up. Actually, let me double check the daily here. Let me check the daily here. The daily. Okay, the daily doesn't look bad. You know, the daily doesn't look bad. I did say that is a bullish belt hold candle to the upside. That's a very bullish candle. It means continuation potentially to the upside. That's a very strong candle. You had another bullish belt hold at the gap too, which is absolutely crazy. That's a gap with a bullish. Wow, 50% of the previous bar, then you bounced off it. It looks like an inverted hammer, another gap here. So this thing looks like it just has multiple stories or at least news coming in, and it just continues to print. So this candle, again, I said this, I think I said it before, that's a very, very bullish candle. It also means potential continuation to the upside. So again, going Monday, if I see some sort of short candle down here with a wick, okay, and we don't break below the 50% of that previous bar, well then that just tells me buyers are stepping in, right? But if we break below 50% of the previous bar and we don't break the opening of the previous candle roughly at 251, then the trend is still technically up in theory. Once you break below 250-ish, let me get the right number, 248, okay, that's when I would be concerned. Let me get the right number, hold up. That 250, that's what I would be concerned. As long as it stays inside this bar and consolidates, okay, the trend's still intact. If it breaks below the 250, your ass is gonna get clapped. You're gonna get clapped. You're gonna feel a whole lot of world of pain, and I feel sorry for you. All right. So find your happy candles. Everybody's tolerance is different. It is news. Got some news contact in Mexico. Oh, it is. Man, this thing is powerful. Yeah, that's a powerful candle. That's a crazy freaking candle. That's what I'm saying. Like, that candle just screams more continuation. You know, even you know what the crazy thing is? Like, even if you had the news, like, this candle didn't even, like, the wicks is just exactly a bullish belt hold candle. Like, I don't know how to explain it to the people that don't understand candle, but because it stayed up here, and let me just double check the Fibonacci, exactly the retracement levels on there. Yeah, dude, you hit the golden pocket. Look at that thing. You hit the golden pocket. Hold up. Let me get this going. Let me get this going right here. Boom. Let me just erase this one. All right, so you hit the golden pocket. Look at that, to the T. 427 to 618. Bingo bango. Key resistance area. Back that candle in December 2nd. Another candle. Back in November 17th. Back that candle November 12th. Back that candle November 11th. This area was your clean rejection zone. But that's a bullish bell toll. Look at that Marabuza opening. So going into tomorrow, sustain above the 0.5, $3.34. Very bullish. Sustain above 50% of this candle bar, above 308. Still bullish. You break below. Uh-oh. Psychology shift. Psychology shift. You break below the 250. Psychology is done to the bull side. Bye-bye. Bears are stepping in. Bye-bye. Get clapped. You're fucked. All right? So be careful. Be very, very careful trading BNAI. If it is news, I don't trade news. I just wouldn't touch it. You know, it could be what Mr. Tainai said or Tamara. Just like with the marijuana play. What happened when once Trump signed that executive order, MSOS fucking fell off a cliff. USAR is a rare minerals play. Yes, USAR is one of the BlackRock plays, aka shout out to my homegirl, Miss BlackRock. We do have a mineral section here. USAS. Wait, you said USAR. All right, so USAR. I haven't seen USAR. Give me one second. Let's take a look at USAR. I'm sorry. Hold up, chat. I see a bunch of people talking. All right, so did we cover ANGH? My bad. We have to cover. I have to go through the. Sorry, chat. My bad. Whoa! 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 Holy shit! Oh, bro, talk to me. What is this? What that USA? Whoa, what no ANGH? What the? Why? What that is a gap. That's like, bro. That's a gap. Okay, that's a gap. All right, that's not a GAP. That's a GYATT. Shout out to the young guys that showed me that word. It's a gap, not a gap. It's a gap. That's a gap. Okay. So, walk me through this ticker. What is this thing? It's a finance ticker. Okay, why? Why did it do what it did? That's a significant move to the upside. Hold on, let me double check that. That's a 42% move. And the reason why I'm freaking out is because of that candle. Okay, because of that candle. Does anybody know what that candle is? Okay, does anybody know what that candle is called? Anybody know what that candle is called at the impulse? Actually, the worst part is it's at the impulse. Typically, you want to see this at the bottom end of a pulse, not at the top end of a pulse. But does anybody know what that candle structure is? I'll wait. Let me get a sip of my drink real quick. No, not alcohol. Anybody know what that candle structure looks like? Anybody? Everybody? I see bullish pendant. Pull back to the 3 to 5 to 6. No? Okay, I'm going to show y'all something. Hold on. Let me get the image for you guys. Hold up. I'm going to show you guys. That candle is what you call... Look at this. I'm going to show you guys something. You think this is a joke. Look. That's why I love TA. Look at this. Look at this. Bingo! Does anybody know what this candle is? That's right. I'm done. There it is. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. That's right. At the impulse, that's called, not even, excuse me. You typically want to see a bullish piercing pattern at the bottom end of a trend. You never, ever want to see it at a top end. But because of news, I'm assuming, that bullish piercing is a psychological shift. Not to the downside, But that candle, bullish piercing, above the 50%, closure bullish candle way above the 50% means what? Does anybody know what that potential candle might be going into Monday? Again, I'm very bearish in the market. I am very bearish going into next week. I am very bearish for the next month or two. But that doesn't mean some tickers can catch some waves to the upside. What does this candle, bullish piercing candle, mean? Anybody know what that means? Let's have a little... Nobody knows what this means? Okay, bullish piercing means continuation, potential. Potential. Let's turn on the EMAs. Oh my fucking God. Oh my God. Oh my goodness gracious. Lord have mercy. Jesus, Mary Magdalene. Holy Joseph. Pat my back and call me Sally. What is this? That's a 200 SMA touch reaction, and it still is trying to do what? Look at the wick. Look at the wick. Typically, you want to start seeing what? Lower highs. What are you not seeing? Fuck you. We want up, potentially. It's not even making lower highs. It said, fuck you. Bing bong. Bing bong. Bing bong. Bearish engulfing? No. So bearish engulfing. No. So bearish engulfing going into Monday, tomorrow. I personally would love a bearish engulfing, because that bearish engulfing, I want to see something like this. A fat, massive red candle engulfing the previous bullish. Okay? Engulfing the previous bullish candle. That's a bearish engulfing. Personally, I would love this to come back down, because I would never buy it back up here. I would never buy a ticker that just had a massive rally. No, 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 no. If it's not knifing, I don't want it. But at these highs, risk reward is way too deep. Why? Because look at the gap down, folks. Look at the gap down from that candle. Shit, I'll do it from the closing body. That's a 38% retracement. Do you want to take a risk reward that deep? Do you have the tolerance for that? Hell fucking no. No, 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 no. You don't want to get what? Clap. Why? I don't want that pain. I don't want that headache. That's not my circus. I don't want that headache, brother. But yes, me personally, I will love this to come back down. As a matter of fact, I actually will put an alert system, because I do like the fintech. This looks like a fintech play, right? I like the volume, 1.56 million. That's powerful. Trading at $4. That's powerful. 6% move. That's powerful. What's their moat? Anagami engage in provision of digital entertainment and online streaming platforms. It includes music, pop. What the f are you talking about? What is this, like Spotify, but like the Chinese version? Is this a Chinese ticker? Ungami? Whatever. I trade the charts. All right, we're gonna put an alert at 313. We'll keep an eye on Ungami. I like the little fintech. I mean, I thought it was fintech, to be honest with you. So I guess it's not. So chat, I appreciate it. We are getting some alpha in here. Very nice. We are getting some alpha in here. Very nice. Love sounds effects, writing music, great work, trades to G. Thank you so much, Marco. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Usar is going to wait to see what you see. What do you mean Usar? Didn't we go over Usar? Rare earth. Oh! Oh! All right, I want you to sit back. I want you to sit back and enjoy this little TA, because this is one I've been watching. All right, watch this. All I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a box left to right, and I'm going to make this the most simplistic shit you've ever seen in your freaking life. All right, I'm going to make this as deep as red and as deep as green as possible, because I want you guys to understand what is happening in this chart. All right, I'm going to draw another box. I'm going to clone that box, and I'm going to make this box what? What color? Oh, that's right, green. Oh, okay, wow. Now you're coming down to, you're breaking down a story on this ticker. Does anybody know what this candle structure is called? or what this pattern is called. I'll wait. Chat, I'll wait. Chat, I'll wait. My 7-year-old was dancing to the music. Nice. I want to put I do want to put another song, but I get demonetized. So I'm trying to limit how many videos I can get demonetized on. Tobacco box. There it goes. The tobacco box. key. Bing, 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 bing. Yes, that is correct. That is called a double bottom, but on the daily, which is powerful. And what's crazy on these double bottom plays is that you successfully are inside a potential range, USAR. Now, 20% move engulfing candle, 200 SMA touch. But folks, what's that lingering? Does anybody know what this formation is called? This is why I'm going deep on this TA, because I want you guys to see the bull and bear thesis. Okay? Does anybody know what the 50 and the 200, does anybody know what that potential play might be, right? Potentially. Not that it's going to. What is that potentially? What is that impending what? What do you call that? Not saying that it's going to happen. I am giving you the idea of what might happen. Anybody know what you call that? A death cross. Key. Yes. Bingo. Fucking bango. That is a potential impending death cross. This structure better be above the 200 SMA going in Monday, Tuesday, immediately. It is literally at an inflection point. And the most important thing to know is, because it's at an inflection point, you are also met with the 50. You're touching the 200. You're touching the 20 EMA. But you're above the 5 and the 10 psychological support bounds on the double bottom daily range. So if we have to find a nice momentum to the upside and break the continuation, not to the downside, what do we need to break above in order for us to break structure? Does anybody know that magic number? I'll give you a hint. Where is price action always bouncing off of? This is why I love Fibonacci. And that's why you got to pay attention to your Fibonacci level. Because if you don't add confluence to your motherfucking thesis, what are you doing? What are you doing? How are you playing? You want to break above the 236. You got to close above the 200. And you definitely need to close above the 50. Your magic sweet spot, in my opinion, is above the 236. You're above the 200. You're above the 50. You're above the 10, 5, and 20 EMAs. Above the 236. If you look left, consolidation. Failed that. You broke below the 236. Bim, bim, down she went. So from another perspective, you got to be above the 236. Otherwise, you're going to get destroyed. You're going to get fucking destroyed. One thing I do like seeing, though, on this beautiful daily pattern is look at this harmonic structure I'm seeing here. All right. Typically, that's a 2-3-1. I would prefer a 3-8-2. But let's see if we can get, as long as we have like 3 other legs that are going to be panning out nicely. I want to see a 1-1-3 with a 3-6-1. All right. So none of them. So this harmonic structure is completely null, void, and nada. Nada. The 10 waited the 3 weeks to get this trade. I'm pissed. 10 daily EMA. Correct. You got to be mindful, though. This ticker looks interesting. It's in a range. Great. Below the 200. Uh-oh. Below the 50. Uh-oh. But you had a nice engulfing at a key area of support. Volume stepped in. Like there's a huge amount of volume. 11.39. Let's take a look at the delta footprint. Let me see what kind of volume printed that day. Looking at the flow. 110K on the delta. Look at the previous candle deltas. Negative 159,000. Negative 58,000. Uh-oh. What did this candle tell you in terms of the delta structure volume inflow? The bears stepped the fuck back and the bulls stepped in. Notice how price, if you look left, Bear stepped in, negative delta 70,000, negative delta 158. Wait a minute, negative 58,000. Wait a minute. The total delta was increasing, but wait a minute, that delta was met with. Wait, no way. You mean the previous delta 158 from the 58 now 100% in terms of the volume inflow was bulls? Look at the candle at the impulse at a key support area. Oh no, that's a short candle. Does anybody know what a short candle at a key support area means? Uh-oh. Bulls stepped in. Look at the wicks. That's a spinning top. Arguably, if I scale it down, oh, that's a spinning top. Does anybody know what a spinning top means? Indecision. Indecision. Okay, and I want you guys to know this is actually, this structure, if you guys are not aware of, this is what you called a bullish. Does anybody know what this candle structure is? Anybody? Everybody? This is called a bullish deliberation. Bullish deliberation. Long block candles coming down to the downside. Wait a minute. Immediate reaction on the third candle. Bullish deliberation. You also have something called a bearish deliberation. You also have something called an advanced block formation and something called a descent block formation. Okay, descent block formation. Arguably, this is a descent block, but I like the third candle structure. Immediate reaction to the third candle confirmation. I call this a bullish deliberation formation structure. Did you guys know that? No? Okay, well now you know. So this candle is very, very bullish. We need to stay above the 200, and we must close above the 236 in terms of added confluence, because the upside, well, the rejection area is 30% from this candle to that high, roughly, more or less 25%. I'll just be nice. I like silver long. I'm seeing the chat going crazy, so hold on. There's a lot to read here. There's a death crossing coming. Yes, beautiful. It was ready to fund in reverse of the 236. Bingo, waited for the 3. I have. Can you chart Bitcoin next if you haven't already? I didn't chart Bitcoin, which actually it's a good time to chart Bitcoin. I'm not gonna lie. It's a great time to chart Bitcoin. It's actually a phenomenal time to chart Bitcoin. Bingo. Oh. Ooh. Whoa. Oh. Look at this structure on Bitcoin. A speculative asset. We have no idea what's it going to do in the next 10 years, but everybody and their mother wants to get Bitcoin. All right? Everybody and their mother wants Bitcoin. We just can't use it. So we're just going to keep pouring money on Bitcoin, and hopefully the feds are going to listen to the people and say, hey, we're done with the dollar, we're moving into the crypto world. But what do I know? I'm just an idiot on the internet. Actually, let me draw this perfectly because there is a lot of confluence on this asymmetrical triangle formation. And bingo, it broke out. That's why she's having a nice little walk in the park today. She's having a nice little walk in the park today. Beautiful asymmetrical triangle. But what does the trading world, what does this look like from like the trader's point of view? Let me turn off all the EMAs and the SMAs. Everybody's gonna be like, oh, it's a bear flag. Oh yeah, sure, it definitely is, 100%. All right. You know what's even worse? If it is a bear flag, does anybody know the measurement rule off a bear flag? This nasty daily bear flag. I don't even want to draw it because the numbers can get really stupid. But I'll entertain it. If let's say we hit the apex and we drop below it, well, wow, okay. For some reason, oh, wait a minute. Uh-oh. It seems to me the measurement rule off of this bear flag, if it were to break to the downside, 56,000. Where is everyone and their mother aiming at? Well, 55, 48, 52, 67, 78. But the trend is still weak. It's still weak. Just because Bitcoin is breaking out of in a wedge, asymmetrical at that, or whatever you call it, a fucking bear flag. It's a bear flag. Oh, it's a bear flag. It's a bear flag. Well, yes, it is a bear flag. But let me get this. Let me get the 113 real quick. I just gotta get the 113 with a 36. Ooh, this is a nice one. 120. That's cute. That's not gonna get there though. Not today. All right. I'm just gonna have it there for shits and giggles. Hold on. Let me just draw. Let me leave it there. So, does anybody know where the next area you're like your biggest resistance area? Your biggest resistance area. Well, the minorly, in terms of the structure right now, is below here. All right, that's your resistance area. Where's the big pop of resistance area? Well, it's right there, that 100 SMA. Why? Look left. Boom, 50, 100, rejection, candle formation, bingo bango, you get clapped. It went straight to hell. So if price were to break above this box, resistance box, okay, well, nice little rally. Uh-oh, you got the 100 SMA. If you look left, also acted as resistance. Oh, wait a minute. What happened when we broke structure on the daily back in February-ish, early February? Does anybody remember? Let me remind you. Let's go back in time, okay? Let's go back in time. Look at the daily where the 100 is crossing in February of 25. February 21st of the year 2025. What happened when the 100 SMA became resistance? What happened when the 100 SMA became resistance? That's right. It did what? It did what? Yeah, I'm giving you the visual. I'm giving you the fucking visual. Okay? All right? So that 100 SMA is right now the lifeline of this structure in terms of the short trend. Bingo, rejection, come back up. You break above that resistant box, roughly around, well, let's just say hypothetically, just to give you a nice estimate. I'll give you like a clean number. It's going to be 93,000. Okay, cool. If you break above 93,000 and you stay consistent, well, the boogeyman in the room is that 100 SMA. That 100 SMA. Fuck around and find out. Fuck around and find out. Okay? Let me check the chat. Sorry, I'm getting some messages here. A lot of questions here. The potential oil price shot. All right, there's a lot of people talking about oil. Hold up. What is happening? All right, 100K no will hunt. United States oil should pull back to this 50th barrel Monday opening. Equity fund manager Grant Cardone told the outlet. Oh, he did. He did. Hold up. All right. The arrest of Maduro and the subsequent United States intervention in Venezuela could have far-reaching implications for the global economy. Yes, Marco. 100%, you are 100% correct. The implications of what Donald Trump did will have a strain or some sort of tense geopolitical standpoint amongst leaders. Yes, 100%, Marco. Couldn't agree more with you. The potential oil price shock estimated at 17.3 trillion could destabilize the United States dollar and create a favorable. Marco, I'm gonna copy your text. And I'm gonna send it to the Discord because that is some crazy alpha. Marco with the alpha. I mean, give this guy a round of applause. Whether or not he's right or wrong, he's giving us alpha that he doesn't have to give us. He doesn't have to do shit. And he's giving us free alpha. That is a man that's on top of shit. That's a man that's responsible. Okay? Shout out to fucking Marco, man. And he also said something about Buffett leaves behind an unrealized return of $6 million. Damn. Built on the most valuable investment philosophy, buying wonderful companies at a fair price. I love that, Marco. I absolutely freaking love it. Guys, please hit the follow button, hit the like button. Seriously. I would highly appreciate it, ladies and gentlemen. Highly appreciate it. Wow, we had a great 2-3 hours at least. I've been live for 2 hours. My girlfriend is calling me. This is my time to go. So please hit the follow button, hit the like button if you like this sort of content. Please join the Discord. There's a lot of alpha in the Discord. It's slowly growing. The link is in the bio, guys. The Discord link is in the bio, also in the comment section. All right? Thank you. Appreciate the prop. Anytime, brothers. Thank you, everybody that was tuning in. You guys have a blessed day.